Hello, and welcome to Cover Lover, the music podcast that explores songs, their origins, and their various covers. Today's episode is about the song Save the Last Dance for Me. Here are the Drifters.
You can dance, every dance with the guy who gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. You can smile, every smile for the man who held your hand neath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music's fine, like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun. Oh, I know. Laugh and sing. Yes, I know. But while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, say the last dance for me. Baby, don't you know I love you so? Can't you feel it when we touch? I will never, never let you go. I love you oh so much. You can dance.
It's fun fact time. Save the Last Dance for Me was written by Doc Pomus and Mort Schumann. It is said that the majority of the song's lyrics were written by Doc on his wedding day, as he had polio and used both crutches and a wheelchair to get around, while he watched his wife Willie Burke, who was a Broadway actress and dancer, mingle and dance about with their wedding guests. In the song, the narrator tells his lover that she's free to socialize throughout the evening, but to make sure to save him the last dance at the end of the night. Okay, moving into covers. This version is by far my favorite and is by the one and only Harry Nilsson. Check it out.
Yes, I know that the music's fine, like sparkling wine. Go on and have fun. Laugh and sing, but while we're apart, don't give your
I love it so much. It's so unique and beautiful. To me, this is also like the ideal tempo of the song. In fact, the Walkmen covered Nilsson's version. Here's a little bit of that.
You can dance, ever dance with the guy who gave you the eye. Let him hold you tight. You can smile, every smile for the man who held your hand.
This next version is by the Heptones, who are a group that blends rocksteady and reggae. Here it is.
Watching you, baby. Every dance for the night gives you the eyes and hold you tight. You can smile, every smile for the side gives you the eye beneath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who is taking you home, and in his arms you're gonna be. So save the last dance for me. And oh, I know that the music's fine, Lord is sparkling wine. Come and have your fun. Oh, I know everything. You're gonna feel alright by the end of the night. You're gonna be alright. But don't forget who is taking you home, and in his arms you're gonna be. So save the last dance for me. Baby, don't you know I love you so?
Shifting into the world of country music, we have Emmylou Harris's cover up next. Check it out.
You can dance every dance with a girl who gives you the eye and let her hold you tight. You can smile every smile for the girl who'd like to treat you right neath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. Oh, darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music's fine like sparkling wine. Go and have fun.
There are so many covers of Save the Last Dance for Me that it made choosing the selects for this episode quite difficult. This next one, though, is by Jerry Lee Lewis, who I nearly added to the honorable mentions list. However, it's just so fun to hear a real classic rock and roll take on the song. I think it's interesting that so many of the covers of this song vary in tempo. In my opinion, it's quite a romantic song and could easily lean towards a slower tempo, but a lot of artists chose to have a hell of a lot of fun with it, like this version.
You can dance, ever dance with the guy who gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. You can smile, ever smile at the man who holds your hand neath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home and in his arms you're gonna be. Oh, darling, save that last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music's fine like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun. Laugh and sing, but while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. And don't forget who's taking you home and in his arms you're gonna be. Oh, darling, save that last dance for me. Baby, don't you know I love you so? Can't you feel it when we touch? I will never ever let you go. Oh, I love you oh so much. Oh, you can dance, go and carry on till the night is.
Next, we have French singer Dalida and her rendition of Save the Last Dance for Me. Here it is.
Va danser toutes les danses que tu veux dans les bras de celle que tu entraînes au loin. Va sourire des sourires merveilleux pour les danseuses dont tu tiens la main. Mais n'oublie pas que ce sera toi qui me conduira ce soir chez moi. Garde bien la dernière danse pour moi. Il y a quelquefois des refrains plus forts que le vin qui vous tourne la tête. Chantez, rire, mais je t'en supplie, pour une autre que moi, ne donne pas ton cœur.
Okay, it's honorable mention time. And Breen has a great cover, as does jazz pianist Beegie Adair, who I'll mention any chance I get. Believe it or not, Bruce Willis has a cover of Save the Last Dance for Me. Ike and Tina Turner have a super fun version, as do the Righteous Brothers and the DeFranco Family. As always, I'll share the playlist I've compiled of covers on my Instagram and Twitter. You can follow me if you feel like it at Liz Maupin, and on Instagram there's an underscore between my first and last name. Thanks for listening to Cover Lover. Be sure to join me next week when we get into Radiohead's No Surprises and its covers. And now, I'll play you out on Dolly Parton's version of Save the Last Dance for Me.
You can dance, every dance with the one that gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. You can smile, every smile for the one that holds your hand in the pale moonlight. Just don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music's fine, like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun, laugh and sing, but while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. Just don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Baby, don't you know I love you so? Can't you feel it when we touch? I will never, never